Hi, my name is Yvonne Florzak-Seaman, and I'm the president and founder of a grassroots movement called Taking Back Our Power, Protectors of Women's Equal Rights. As all women across this nation and across this world are waking up today to the news that Roe versus Wade has been overturned after 50 years of being legislation across this land, there are organizations out there that are kind of coming together, if you will, to incite violence. Jane's Revenge, if you will, just in the last few days has been burning down crisis pregnancies across this nation. For some reason, the media hasn't been covering it, but the reality is that as women, we need to come together and we need to speak truth to what is really going on in this nation. The freedom of choice has nothing to do with a woman's right to choose. It has nothing to do with women's health care, if you will. The freedom of choice is a get-out-of-jail-free card for men who have absolutely zero integrity and do not want to stand next to a woman to hold her hand and help her through this process to make the best choice for her. Today, what we're looking at is a nation that has been so divided by this issue because it has become a political hot potato. But as women, we're not the ones speaking. Men are the ones citing these legislations. Men are the ones that are having the final voice, if you will. 50 years ago, we didn't know what abortion would do to a woman like we do today. Today, women are experiencing emotional, physical, psychological, and spiritual aftermath after years and years of regret and shame and sadness and not being able to have more children, because yes, that is a side effect of abortion. Abortion has consequences. Life will not resume on Monday. And those are the topics that we need to start addressing. Those are the conversations that we have to start answering. And the reality is that the other side is going to try to make me look like I'm a crazy nut job. I'm a right-wing nut job because I align myself with Trump, if you will. I align myself because Trump signed a $400 million bill to go after the monsters of Epstein's Island. And so, yes, I will absolutely sign up with any man that would write that type of legislation. Because what we're seeing today is that the person that's that's being penalized, if you will, for Epstein's Island is another woman. Are you kidding me? All the men that raped all those children? No, we're not having this anymore. Abortion is not our only issue. Abortion is one of our issues. Abortion comes from human trafficking. It comes from domestic violence. It comes from rape. It comes from divorce. It comes from a slew of different things. And we need to talk about the real issues. And as a woman who has experienced abortion firsthand between the ages of 16 and 20 through Planned Parenthood in the ghettos of Chicago, I am here to tell you, I am now a bright red stiletto-wearing Puerto Rican who survived the ghettos of Chicago, survived Planned Parenthood, survived the regime of the Democratic CRT indoctrination, and I'm here to speak truth to this issue. The narrative that is being told is incorrect. We are now at a point where our daughters have lost their rights to compete in sports because the transgender movement now wants to take our gender away from us. Enough is enough. And with all due respect to Caitlyn Jenner, you're not the Woman of the Year. Not with the list of incredible women that we have within our gender. Enough is enough of the ridiculousness. Let us speak truth. Let us go after what we need to go after. What we need to go after is these politicians, and I mean both Democrats and Republicans, that have aligned themselves with this racist agenda of Planned Parenthood, whose founder was Margaret Sanger, whose only reason for starting Planned Parenthood was to remove Black families from producing Black babies. Because back then, Black families were all Republicans. There were husbands and wives within the family. Their families were 10 and 12 deep. They could not have Blacks outshining the whites. Today in the state of Illinois, Mayor Lightfoot has allowed for Governor Pritzker and the General Assembly, the maggots in Springfield, to sign legislation to destroy Black women and their babies by giving them fentanyl during childbirth. They've also signed legislation on a hospital report card allowing for hospitals not to have to legally report the disparity of Black women and brown women dying in birth. This administration under Illinois has also signed legislation on COVID and how it impacts these women. The list goes on, and we have all the legislation. We are coming for accountability. Here are the legislations. Here is the Midwife Practice Act, which will allow culturally competent individuals to deliver babies, because Black women don't deserve doctors. Black women don't deserve to have midwives. Black women don't deserve anything other than abortion. This is about racism. Every legislation that I have here signed, we have every name of every representative, of every senator that has signed this legislation. They are either racist or they didn't read the legislation. Whichever one it was, we really don't care. They need to be removed. Join our movement, Taking Back Our Power, protectors of women's equal rights. TakingBackOurPower.org. Come and sign and register with us today. TakingBackOurPower.org. Just know that Planned Parenthood and all those media outlets out there are going to give you a hard time to get registered with us. Keep doing it. Get registered. It's time for us to start a revolution. It's time for conservative women to finally be heard once and for all. Period. The end. And I think this survivor of the ghettos, the Puerto Rican that survived the ghettos of Chicago, is ready and willing to start this movement. Join me today. Come on, let's go, ladies. We are ready to fight. Join us today. God bless you, and God bless America.